Well, I haven't done a video in a long time. So, scrapped the idea of going with the V8. We had the 6 in here for so long and it runs so well, I just decided to leave it. It really runs really good. Planning on maybe converting this to fuel injection, just because when it sits for 3 weeks after priming the carburetor, it takes a long time to start it. But other than that, I don't have a problem with it. Converted to hydroboost. Wasn't going to, but the only way I could fix the linkage issue was to put a hydraulic clutch in, and it wouldn't fit with the booster. So, but I will say, if you thought about do it, because it is a huge improvement. So I got the hydraulic kit, haven't done it yet. Probably do it maybe next week or so. I'm having somebody install my T18. Currently it's got the T15 in it, and so I may just have them do it at the same time when he installs the T18. Got it passed the state inspection. Had these light bezels made. Found a guy on eBay that makes them, and then I had him alter them for me for the Jeep, and the pipe pans also. Wife talked me into going with the Rhino grill, so I took the 79 grill off of it, and I've got somebody making me the Rhino grill, so maybe in a couple months I'll get that when it comes in. Upgraded the mirrors. To me, they're upgraded because I didn't like the small ones that were on here, just a BJ's mount, and a lot of work on the gauges. Took everything apart, put all new LED lights in, repainted all the needles. I pulled out the amp meter and put a volt meter in. All of this stuff's available from another link to YouTube on how to do all this. That's pretty simple. I did burn up the circuit board. I had an issue with things working really funky and I couldn't figure it out. And I tried different things, and finally, in the process of hooking all the plugs in with it on, I got it to work correctly. And that was after I bumped the some of the grounds onto the frame, and it grounded out and it fixed the problem. So I just added another ground to it and cleared everything up. But in the process of trying to check all the circuits with it, I actually fried part of the circuit board. So I got to pull it out and fix that. It caused my fuel gauge not to work, which was working just fine until I burned it up, and I know exactly which one it was because I saw it burn up. But anyway, that's a pretty simple fix. I had to order the LEDs for this because they didn't have them at my local auto parts store, and it was going to take a little while to get them from Amazon. So anyway, I got them in the mail. So when I pull out all this to fix the circuit, I'll change these LEDs out here. I got my vacuums hooked up the correct way now, so all of this heater controls and the heater works. I did get the CD working and the clock works now. I just got to find the right color to paint everything, or may go black. Haven't really decided yet. But it's another probably next year's project. The big thing is this year was to get this thing just driving better. Changed out the seats. Turns out it had Isuzu seats, and they were just screwed down with self-tapping screws to the floor pan. So they're now on the right brackets, and they're out of a Wagoneer, so they don't fold forward, which is fine. I don't really ever store much back there anyway, and for what we use it's for. Got this working. It wasn't working before. Next project's probably going to be changing after the transmission and the lift kit. I'm going to order a 3-inch lift, 3 to 4, and then I'm going to replace these floor pans. They're not too bad on this side. Passenger side's a little bit worse, but again, maybe this fall I'll do that. I really need to change out the window rubbers and felts. The glass rattling drives us crazy. So that might be a next summer project to do some of the cosmetic stuff, get the seat done. That's really about all I've done. I mean, it's a lot. It's taken a while, but got the BJ's bumper on. I believe this is the dozer version. I will say it's mounts incredibly well. I believe these are where the snowplow would mount, so I'm not afraid about hooking up the winch to this the way it is. Probably gonna steal my wife's winch. Probably gonna pull this one off, repaint it, and get her a new one, and take that one and put over here on this one. This is not gonna be a show. Well, I'll say that. We may take it to some shows, but it's just trying to build a practical, everyday driver we can have fun in and maybe do some camping. We use it a lot at the deer lease, so the winch would be handy, but it doesn't have to. Not trying to make it perfect. I've got a grill supposed to be here in about 2 months. I tried getting the one made out of Mexico and just couldn't get it worked out. So we're just gonna get the grill and paint it black. Upgraded the horn to something a little bit louder. It was a huge plus. And I got to clean up a little bit of the plumbing and wiring in here. My horn wire, a couple other things, but anyway, one of these lights doesn't work, the bulb's out, so I need to order a new one, and then once I get that in, I'll switch it with some relays. I still need to do the relay conversion on the headlights. So the headlights are a JL bucket that I disassembled, bought it on Amazon for 40 bucks, 49 bucks, and cut it and fit it, welded it, and screwed it into place. I don't know, it took me an hour and a half or something. Time just working in the shop and getting everything out to do it. And it didn't look great, but it worked. And then after I got done, I realized if I took the JL light and just rebent the brackets that were on it, took a cutoff wheel and cut off the excess parts that I didn't need, I could just slide it in and screw it in with some, just tap it, and I bolted it through the core support and hose in. It actually took me about 20 minutes to put the JL buckets in once I figured that out. So it's definitely a much cheaper route to go than the CJ. I didn't want to do the CJ rings that a lot of people do on these, just because I wanted something different. Wanted something that didn't look chrome. May change these out to something else, although I do like the fact they're antique, so I don't know, we may get something else or leave them, but it's a family project, so everybody gets a say in what we're going to do. But anyway, just thought I would kind of update my YouTube on this and let people know what was going on with it. But been driving it some and looking to drive it a lot more now that I got the brakes and the some of the electrical worked out on the inside, where I got it to pass the inspection now. So have a lot more fun with it this summer.